Okay, this lesson is on dividing fractions. While you watch this video, you need to take notes along with me, and by the end of the video, you need to know the following things. What is the definition of multiplicative inverse? What's the other name for multiplicative inverse that you might hear? How is dividing fractions different than multiplying fractions? And how is dividing fractions the same as multiplying fractions? So here we have a multiplication problem, 3/4 times 1/2. Multiplication is my very favorite operation because we don't need common denominators. We're just going to multiply straight across. So I see 3 and 1. I'm going to multiply those to get 3. And then 4 times 2 is going to be 8. I can't simplify those, so my answer is just going to be 3/8. Now, division is similar to multiplication in that you do not need to have a common denominator, which is wonderful. If I have a problem like 3/4 divided by 1/4, what that actually means is how many 1/4 can I fit into 3/4? Now, in order to do this problem, the first thing we're going to do is start to rewrite it. We're going to take the first fraction and just write it again, 3/4. Now, the sign. We don't really like division when we're doing fractions. We're actually only going to use multiplication. So when we rewrite the sign, we're going to rewrite it as multiplication. The next thing we're going to do is take the last fraction and flip it on its ends so that the denominator becomes the numerator and the numerator becomes the denominator. This version of the fraction 4/1 is actually called the multiplicative inverse of 1/4. Inverse means the opposite, so this is just the same fraction, just the opposite, okay? Another word for multiplicative inverse that you might see would be reciprocal. Once we have both of these rewritten, first fraction, change the sign, flip this to your multiplicative inverse, now we can just multiply. 3 times 4 is 12, over 4 times 1 is 4, and this I can simplify. I know that 4 goes into 12 3 times, so my answer is 3. 3/4 divided by 1/4 is going to be 3. That means that I can fit 3 1/4 pieces into a 3/4 piece. So I could fit 3 of these little sections into this section, which is true. Here's 1, 2, 3. Let's try another problem. Let's say I have 1/2 and I would like to divide by 1/3. What this is really saying is how many 1/3 size pieces can I fit into a 1/2 size piece? So we're going to rewrite our problem. 1/2 is the first number. We just leave that one the same. We're going to take the sign and change it to multiplication. And then we're going to flip the last fraction. Use the multiplicative inverse and write the denominator on top and the numerator on the bottom. Once we have it rewritten like this, we're just going to multiply. Straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. And then simplify. 2 goes into 3 one time, and 1 is going to be left over. So that means that I can fit 1/2 1/3 size pieces into a 1/2 size pie piece. Here's 1/2, and 1/3 would be like this. So I can fit 1 and another half into a 1/2 section. Let's do one challenge problem for you. See if you can answer this one all by yourself and bring it in to me tomorrow so we can check. What is 5/6 divided by 1/2? Solve this problem on your own. Did you answer all of these questions? If you can answer all of these questions, then you're done. If you need to go back and rewind and replay, then please do that so that you have all the answers needed for class tomorrow. I'll see you in the morning.